My technician, check this out. So this is a panel. It's a phone PCB. Is not turning on. I will use my DC power supply to test so that we can know where to start. Okay. With DC power supply, you know exactly where to start. I don't want you to just start and work anyhow. You understand? Very simple. So let me show you how to use a DC power supply to troubleshoot. So come, let's go. So right here, I have my DC power supply. Voltage is 4.20, meaning this is 4.2 volts. For the amps here, we have 3.0. Okay, this is 3 amps. And let me turn on. It's on now. That is why you see 000. So right here is my BMS. So let me connect BMS to the phone PCB and try to turn on the phone. Let's see the boot sequence. Check this out. So right here you can see that the boot stopped at 0.085 milliamp. You can see, meaning that the power IC is working, CPU is responding, but the memory is not responding. Okay, so using a DC power supply to troubleshoot will help you detect the IC or the component that is faulty quickly so that you will know where to start. So from the look of things here, you saw that the reading was A6 milliamp, meaning that the memory is not responding. Sometimes it's not from the memory itself, it's from the communication line, and sometimes it's from the CPU. So it's not fully guaranteed that that reading is from the memory. Sometimes it's not even from the memory, it's from the CPU, or it's from the communication line, or it's from the power line, it's from any other components. Yes, any component can cause it. Okay, so without time wasted, let's get started. And before I start, I have to remove the shell. You can see I have to remove it. And if you check here, you will see that they have already worked on it. You can see they have already removed the shell. They tried to fix it, but still not working. So have to get this shell removed so that we can test power, can test a memory power, 3.3 volts, 1.8, to be sure that voltage is flowing to the memory before we start our reboiling process, removing the memory to reboil, or any component that you want to remove to reboil, and checking all the lines. So let's get started. Come, let's start. The first thing is for me to put the panel here, the PCB on top of the PCB stand. The next thing is for me to remove this. Take your time to do it, my dear technician, don't rush. You can see I'm taking my time to do my own. Be very, very careful. Check this out. The next thing is for me to cover the LEDs. It's very important. You need to do it. Cover it very well. Apply flux. Check this out. I'm applying flux. After applying flux, the next thing is for me to remove the shell. I take my time to heat up. Check this out. My dear technician, I'm taking my time to heat up. You have to be very, very careful, my dear technician. Take your time to do this. You have to be very, very careful. You can see. I will be done. I will be done. I will be done. Take your time to do it. Check this out. I'm taking my time to do it. Please do not make any mistake. Phone repairs does not need mistake. So please don't make any mistake. I will be done. Check this out. Make sure you hit around. Check the way I'm doing my own. Check this out, my dear technician. You have to be very, very careful. Check the way I'm removing the shell. Check the way I'm hitting. Check this out. I'll be done. Just more remaining. I'll be done. I'll be done. I'll be done. My data technician have to check and know the reason, the main component that is faulty, the main thing that is stopping this phone from turning on. My data technician, I will be done. Check this out, small remaining. You have to be very, very careful. Check this out, 1, 2, ready and go. I've successfully removed the shell perfectly. You can see everything good, no error. Check this out. Look at the shell right here. Check the PCB. So here we have the power IC. We have the memory. Check this out. Very clean. No physical damage. Why is the phone not turning on? I will check and know the reason. So the first thing is for me to set my multimeter to voltage mode. You can see, set it to voltage mode. And before I start, I short the power key with the ground. Very, very important. So that I will keep the power IC turning on. Yes, so that I will get the voltages that I want. I'm sure you understand my point. Let me explain again. Normally, on a working phone, when you turn on the phone turn on and start consuming amps from DC power supply. But for this phone, since it's not turning on, when you press the power key, it consumes, and when you stop pressing the power key, it goes back to 0. So that is why I have to short the power key with the ground to keep the power IC on, because I want the power IC to give voltages. So check this out. I test the memory voltage. I test for 3.3 volts and I test for 1.8 volts. Check this out. The voltages are complete. Let me test again for you to see. So here we have 1.7, which is good. 1.7 is not bad. So the voltages are complete, no error. So since the voltages are complete, we have to remove the memory and check. Have to remove it and check if there is any problem, if the files are complete, if there is any error in the memory. My data technician, this is a professional method of troubleshooting. Please, as a beginner, if you're just starting repairing phones, if you're just starting, you don't know heat control, you don't know how to perfectly remove any IC, for troubleshooting, I recommend you use ISP. Please, I recommend you use ISP in system programming. Please, I recommend you use ISP methods. That is the best, the safe method. Please, and you have to be very careful. If you also make mistake, you will damage the memory or you will damage the CPU. Please be very careful. Even power IC, you can damage. So check this out. I've successfully removed the memory. You can see I've successfully removed the memory. Check this out, my data technician. So you can see this is a 64 gig memory. The next thing is for me to desolder. You have to take your time to do this. Don't rush. Take your time to do this. The next thing is reballing the memory. Check this out. You can see I want to reball now. My data technician, if you have any question, feel free. Let me know in the comment section. You can see the reballing process is very simple, no time wasted. So right here is our memory. Check this out. I will be done. You can see our memory. So the next thing is for me to put the memory in the programmer. We are going to check the functionality, if it's functioning, if it's working, if it's not corrupted. That's what I want to check right now to be very, very sure. So right here is showing, and let me connect and let's see. Right here you can see that the memory is not good. The memory is corrupted. You can see user data, we don't have anything. Boot 1, we don't have. Boot 2, we don't have. guys, you can see we don't have anything. Lifespan is showing nothing, and I even read Android. You can see I read Android is not getting anything. You can see it's not working. So we have lost everything, guys. So the next thing is for me to back up this. Just have to just back up. And if you check the size of the memory is 5.4 gig, meaning that the memory is corrupted. So the only thing now is for me to get a working memory. So this is a donor board. So just want to get the memory from here. My technician just give me to remove the memory so that I will program it. The programming will take some times because I have to start everything one by one, because we have lost the primary partitioning and we have lost everything. Getting the stock ROM will fix the issue, but we are still going to do other things so that IMI and other things will get back to the phone, which is a little bit time consuming. So this video will be part 1 and part 2. So guys, sorry, the video will be part 1 and part 2. So please understand with me, okay? The video will be part 1 and part 2. Right now, I'm programming the memory. You can see the brand, you can see the version 5.1. Check this out right now. It's programming. You can see the programming will take time to load up. It will take time. Then after this, have to program the IMI and other things, because I want this phone to work perfectly. This memory must be able to communicate with the CPU for loading and other things. So it will take some time. It will take some time for the programming to be done. So guys, if you have any question, feel free, let me know in the comment section. I will not share everything online here. If you want to learn more about programming, if you want to learn how to bypass FRP, if you want to learn how ISP works, if you want to learn how to do a lot of things with programming, you can do it. You can bypass a lot of things, okay? Very simple, without time wasted. Very simple. Right here you can see, after the programming, you can see the files, you can see the partition that was lost in the last memory. So we have it here now. So the next thing is for me to read Android. I want you guys to see the phone is a KH6. You can see KH6, you can see Android version 12, you can see device name, everything, meaning that it is working. It works like magic, okay? So the next thing now is for me to program other things, and that is for the part 1. So I will drop the part 2 of this video shortly, okay? I have to do other things. When I'm done, I will continue with the programming. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If you want to learn more, come to my physical class or subscribe to my Facebook page or join my YouTube channel. Subscribe, join my membership, and enjoy. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye for now.